Playing a new game will always be exciting because we will get a new game's experience, but if the game has an English version, it feels like an extra bonus, so we can understand and know about the whole storyline as well as the gameplay. By this video, our team will be given a huge update to my subscribers to pick the newest game update with a high graphic games. Please help this video get 200 likes, thanks! Top 10 Best High Graphic Games under with iOS 2024 in English version games. You can support this channel and send us a special thanks. Kik RPG. Kik RPG, Kik Simulator. This game is truly magnificent. With a huge open world RPG, we can freely enjoy the game without any internet connection, which is a new offline game RPG. The game has a short dialogue between the NPC, so we can do a multiple mission like killing the monster and collecting some items or asking the NPC to continue the quest. As the main character, we will bring two weapons that those weapons are switchable anytime. It depends on the combat situation actually. We can equip the sword for a close combat and long range for a distant range. Even the arrow is unlimited, so we can aim the enemy as much as we can. Always try to dodge the incoming attack from the enemy, because when they notice our presence, then they will look pretty aggressive. While visiting the village or castle, then we can buy the weapons and armor by in-game gold. Seriously, the world is too wide. Lucky we are for having a horse to ride on. This is the best new games offline 2024 with a high graphic games offline for Android. Crisis X. Crisis X, your last survival. If you would like to play a game like Undawn, then this game would feel so similar. We will hunt the zombie and survive, but I'm not sure if this game is multiplayer or a single player, because I have never seen the other player playing this game actually. The gameplay of Crisis X, your last survival is we should focus on the main storyline, so it's up to us on selecting a sandbox gameplay or following the main mission. That's what I love. It's feel the game full of storyline and really well delivered through the music and the ambience around us. It's totally a dark fantasy with a great visual. We can craft new weapons and fast to increase the character durability. The zombie seems not aggressive at the beginning, even though their movement are quite slow. So we can easily make a space and lock the zombie by our bow in a long range direction. Please note this game needs a lot of space to run, especially in the game we need to download more data. It's about 15 GB. The best new high graphic game open world for Android iOS 2024. Battle of Shadows. Battle of Shadows. I have tried this game several times on the Play Store while it has an early access and suddenly disappears. Actually, I don't really care if this game is made by indie developer or the official one. But what I really want to appreciate is how they made these new Naruto games look so perfect. The developer knows the storyline really good as well as the BGM. The skills showcase so perfectly and I feel so impressed. We will get a short clip of the anime when we unleash the ultimate skill. At the beginning, we are able to pick two different main heroes between Sasuke and Naruto. This battle is really epic. We can use the Chidori and Rasengan. The gameplay of Battle of Shadows is we will play the side-scrolling, but we can steer the joystick in 360 degrees. Blink button is available to evade the obstacle, but we also can block the incoming attack, but it has a gauge meter and can be broken when it decreases into the lowest meter. We can obtain new heroes and upgrade the level by the EXP material and equip the best equipment then. This is the best new game high graphic for Android 2024. Kingdom the Blood. Kingdom the Blood is one of my top priority action game I should play when it releases on 2024. The developer has confirmed if it will have an English version through this beta testing. The combat mechanism is the most interesting aspect we can do and learn, like rolling to evade the enemy's attack and so many more I will explain clearly. Every successful basic attack landed into the enemy, then the chi will be recovered. So the chi is need to unleash the SP attack. I love how we can create a combo by combining the basic attack and SP attack to create a powerful burst attack. It will make the enemy become defenseless and dealing a higher damage. Make sure when we kill the enemy, then we try to check out for some new looting goods. But even we play as a samurai but the enemy is a zombie, which is kind of weird and also unique. Mostly the samurai game will face the other samurai as the enemy, but Kingdom the Blood has their unique enemies. The zombie will appear suddenly in a random spot, so we need to always anticipate by increasing the awareness, because the zombies will come aggressively. This game will focus on action rather than the storyline, which is a really good game for Android iOS 2024. Aelier Rana. Aelier Rana, such great news for a mobile players full of the Aelier games series. Finally, the new sequel released on Android and also in iOS. But the gameplay is way different as usual, because on the mobile version, the game is full of gacha-based game. We cannot even explore the world in open world. So basically, the game will automatically find out the next mission when we hit the quest button. We can do a gacha to get new allies and place your strongest hero on the team lineup. The combat mechanism is quite simple and easy to understand. Every hero will have 4 main action, which are the items action will be able to throw some damage, and it's only available to get through the preparation time before the combat start. Then we have a basic attack, a regular skill and the ultimate skill. We need to break the enemy's barrier to land a true magical or physical damage. Actually, this new RPG is quite free to play and no pay to win RPG gacha game, because we will get freely 2 characters with the highest grade with 3 stars. Best graphic new games mobile for Android iOS 2024. Potion Permit. I feel blessed to be able to know how the best new game on mobile with a high graphic pixel art game ported into mobile platforms from a Nintendo Switch. This game is absolutely phenomenal. There are so many features we can try to get a great experience by playing it. For example, if we can take care of a special woman and give her a lot of surprises. Each of the conversations seems pretty casual, but sometimes we found some humor. The gameplay is that we must survive and help the villagers to recover from their illness, but we need some materials to make the medicines. We can grab the resources easily around the forest, and also there is a mini-map that will help us find the exact spot of each ingredient. Even though it has a pixel art visual, the graphics are beyond the other pixel games on mobile. The best new games Android iOS 2024. Star Strike. This game is absolutely magnificent. Finally, a developer tries to dominate the game with a new game's genre, which is not an anime anymore. When I tried the game, feel like I'm playing OFFLINE Mobile. It has a classical vibes and ambience. The gameplay lets the player pick 2 different races with 6 selections of weapons. Every weapon will determine your skill showcase. The game's cutscenes will not allow the player to skip it, so we must watch and know how the storyline is. But before you play it, make sure you set the graphic based on your phone's level of specification, because this MMORPG is quite heavy though. The combat mechanism is very fast and skill is not flashy at all, making their MMORPG become more realistic. Most of the monsters are very huge. Even the common monster, the size is way too high than our characters, but the difficulty is quite fair to play. This is the best new games MMORPG with an English version for Android iOS 2024. Wanderers Eternal World. This game has a lot of genre combination. Seriously, you will find a lot of gameplay in one game, which the battle arena, so we will compete between player versus player in a certain estimate time and start to kill the opponent's team. But also we should clear the dungeon to get some materials that needs to strengthen the hero. Every time we clear the stages, then we are able to pick a selection of artifacts to boost the strength in a significant way. Always be ready on any obstacle that we'll face. Always press the rolling button to blink and destroy any objects that block the way out. Unfortunately, while in combat it has a fixed camera point of view. We are only able to rotate the perspective while in the lobby. Try to chat and meet up with the other players in the MMORPG games genre. Overall, the character's design is chibi style and makes it look way more fun and cute. Wanderers Eternal World is the best new action MMORPG games for Android iOS 2024. Arcane Saga. Arcane Saga Turn-Based RPG. If you are a newbie of turn-based RPG game, then I will recommend this game for you because it has less features to concern on. We only need to build the team lane up with basic features like equipment, character level, hero stars by collecting the hero sword into a specific amount, and it will grant your power significantly. This is a no pay to win gacha game RPG. We can easily get a high grade tier level with 5 stars freely to start the journey. Just by one hero, then we can wipe the enemy out easily at the beginning stages. The combat mechanism is every hero needs to combine the same elements of card to upgrade the card's power. The higher card star you have will indicate your hero's skill damage, so make sure to be wise on picking the right condition on selecting the right skill on the combat. Every enemy will have their own element. It will create an advantage for us to do a counter attack. This is the best new game high graphic for Android iOS 2024. Battlecross Beta. Battlecross Beta. This game is available in English, but right now the beta testing has reached the limit of the maximum players. The game concept is a combination between action hack and slash and battle royale game, but the camera point of view is a top-down. So by this perspective, then we can easily scan the situation around the map. Absolutely a fantastic game with a dynamic combat. A strategy to win the game is really need to make sure we survive and become the last hero standing on the land. At a certain time, then the arena will collapse, so we need to avoid the danger zone and anticipate it by moving into the safer area. Every hero will have a different combat style and different skill range and skill showcase. Thank you very much for watching this channel. Hopefully you are enjoying this video of Top 10 Best High Graphic Games Android iOS 2024 in English version games. See you in the next video. Thanks.